Today is the 7th of November 2018, and my friend Kurt Vessel is in town, so we've decided to go to downtown Irving and hop aboard the little van which will take us to the Ruth Paine house on 5th Street. Now, what's so great about that, you ask? Well, the house itself is now a museum, and it is the house where Lee Harvey Oswald spent his last night as a free man, where he wasn't actually living there, he was staying there just before he shot President Kennedy back in 1963. So, here we go.
I'd like to see it, libraries.
This is the old Irving Library, and this is where we're supposed to meet our ride over to the Ruth Paine house. They closed this library down about 2 years ago because we built a new one right across the street. And this is the van that will take us over there when we eventually get going.
We gotta make one big one close to where I live.
The Ruth Paine House Museum tour begins here. Well, I guess we're in the right place, but the doors are locked. This is inside the old library, and things have changed. They've renovated it, and they're getting ready to make it into a museum, the Irving Museum. And it used to be so open here, and this is the Ruth Paine Museum entry point. We'll go here and wait. A picture of JFK's motorcade on 22nd November 1963. And this is where we come to wait. Well, we were ushered inside of an office in the old library, kind of a waiting place, where they've got a lot of paraphernalia concerning the assassination of John Kennedy. Look at this old setup. You can watch interviews of Mr. Paine right here on this old television. It's got a computer inside of it, of course, but if you want to sit there in the 1960 decor. And here's my buddy. He's watching these old television sets.
Take things that Marina asked for and take them out to the policeman and asked to deliver it to her. And that included the checks. And when the check came back to my account, I saw the signature.
The next day for people to come and pray if they so desired. And I played the organ just about all day. And it was something I could do.
So Ruth said, why doesn't Marina and their daughter June stay with Ruth here until he gets a job in New Orleans? When he gets set up down there, then she'd bring Marina.
The Ruth Paine home on 5th Street.
So they did that. She lived here for 2 weeks in May. Then he got the job in New Orleans. He called to say,
Nice little neighborhood. I wonder if Ruth had anything to do with this tree. Did Ruth have anything to do with this tree?
You know, it was there when they lived here. We have a picture of the front of the house from 1961, and it was a big tree.
Then?
Back then.
Wow.
Yeah.
That thing might be, oh gosh, 80 years old.
More than that, because I mean, that was 55 years ago, and that tree was this big around.
Good. Good night. All right.
So we filmed actors playing Ruth and Marina and Michael and Lee, and we have them tell the story through through interviews from words that they've said through the years. You know, we didn't put words in their mouth. What they say in the projections are things that they actually said. So
it's an actress playing Marina Oswald on a screen. They got a camera back there in the closet. And this is the room by the street where Marina stayed with the 2 children, and quite possibly Lee Harvey Oswald as well. And this house turns out to be a 2-bedroom home. My cousin had one of those Fisher-Price telephone toys. This is the master bedroom where Ruth Paine stayed, and she had a little crib there for one of her babies. She and Mr. Paine were separated at this time, and so Ruth lived there with her 2 children, and Marina lived in the other bedroom with her 2 children, so that's 6 people in this house. And every now and then Lee would drop by, making it 7 people. So I guess it got a little crowded in there. Crib in here too. Look at the windows, old-timey blinds. This is the original tile for the bathroom. They only had 1 bathroom in the house, and it's over 60 years old now, in pretty good shape. When the city bought this house in 2009, the gas heater was still working, and it was hooked up to the gas, and they've since disconnected it. This was a 1-bathroom house for a 4-person family.
Probably the major difference was when we got the house in 2009, there was a wall right here. They had divided this space, made this a bedroom back here where the table is. They made a bedroom here. So that was the kitchen, this was a bedroom. When they did that, they took out the picture windows and put in a different style window. They used this door, actually, instead of being into the garage, it was for a closet. And they moved the entrance to the garage around here into the living room. So that was probably the most major change that had been made to the house over 50 years.
Wow.
So all we had to do was take that out. The way we knew that the floor looked like this is Ruth sent us a picture of her little boy sitting right there. She took his picture and the tiles show up behind it. So we could tell what the pattern was. They still make it. You know, Ruth told us that in the living room there was, she said it was a beige carpet that was thin as a towel. So we've got beige carpet that's thicker than a towel.
That's a good recreation, and that's a real telephone and a real camera.
We put her actual phone number on it.
Oh, wow. What if I called it? Would it Blackburn? Yeah, I remember when everything was Blackburn.
Yeah. BL.
That's a pretty good sized backyard.
Yeah.
You know.
Ruth said she liked it. She ran a small daycare out of here for a time.
Oh, okay.
So that was a great backyard. It was big. She said there are no steps coming out the back door so the kids could run in and out without having to worry about them falling off the stairs. They came here to tell Marina that Lee had been arrested for shooting Officer Tippett, not for nothing about the president. And in that interview, in that questioning, I guess, they asked Ruth, are there any weapons in the house? She is a Quaker, so no weapons allowed.
Right.
She said no. The policeman asked her to translate that for Marina. She did, and Marina said, well, yes, there's a long gun in the garage. Ruth said she was flabbergasted. I walked around. Ruth was standing about where you guys are standing and pointed at a rolled up blanket on the garage floor and said the rifle was in there. The policeman picked it up and nothing was in it.
Right. Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay. A recreation of the blanket that wrapped the rifle. And they did the best they could to recreate everything. This is very nice, very detailed. I feel like I'm in 1960 again.
That's what we're shooting for.
Good job.
And like all this sheetrock here, this is original. We did have to replace the ceiling sheetrock; it was falling in.
Right.
And we had to put some insulation up. It was raw studs like this, but you could see the whole stud. But we had to put a couple of inches of insulation in because it's too air conditioned.
Right.
But we still, you can still get the effect of the studs and unfinished walls.
Wow.
On November 22nd, 1963, President John F. Kennedy was struck down by an assassin's bullet at 12:37 and was pronounced dead at Parkland Hospital in Dallas, Texas at 1 o'clock. When police tried to question all people working at the Texas School Book Depository that morning,
He went to Oak Cliff to rent a room. Wow, they're painting the house. Wow. A nice front yard. Nice neighborhood. So we went to Big State after the tour. That's where we usually wind up.